Hey, this is Michael. Doing good, man. So tell me your story.
You want to know my story? Right on. I've been meaning to get with you even sooner, besides us, before this whole fucking end of the world shit, you know?
Yeah, right. Right? No, for real. The end of the world's happening. So yeah, tell me.
Yeah.
So you had issues with the Teller County Sheriffs.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't care if you record me. I don't care if you put it on your thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, man. I moved out of state. I got away from all that crap. The issue is with them, though, I think what people don't understand, like living up in Woodland Park and Divide and Forest and Cripple Creek, they don't understand how that, because Teller County is not like they get new people that have gotten out of like the academy.
Yep.
So it's more or less like it's new cadets, you could say, that they just let loose on society, right?
Yep.
So that area, and what's weird is like, I think I can't even say the people that have money, because I think, they don't really know. I can't say it's possible that they don't know everybody in Teller, right?
Yeah.
But those that are just like the working people, your 9 to 5, or like say you work at the casinos or whatever, they're known in the past and probably still continue. They just harass people.
No, absolutely. What happened in your situation?
My situation was at the beginning. It was like I moved to Colorado in 2011. We found that place up there. I had a nice 3-bedroom cabin. It was me, my wife, and kids. I thought it was perfect. Perfect. Kids went to school in Cripple Creek. They loved it because when we went to school, you go to school 4 days a week. And going, I worked cell towers, so I traveled a lot. I wasn't home a lot.
Yeah.
But when I came home, to me it was just paradise. And there towards, like, I got, like I said, I was married, but I got involved with a woman that lived out of Florissant.
Okay.
And we started seeing her on the side, you could say, or whatever. But I tried to end that relationship because she wanted me to leave my wife, and I wanted to, at the time my wife didn't know.
Yeah.
But I wanted to, like, distance myself. Well, the lady that I was seeing, she also had a girlfriend. You say she's bisexual, whatever. One day I saw, like, she literally, like, beat the shit out of her girlfriend, right?
Okay.
Like, literally, just beat her up. And like, this woman, she liked to wear a lot of jewelry or whatever. Well, she split her eye. And when I reported it, like, to the police, they supposedly did their investigation or whatever, but I guess the girlfriend lied and said that she split her eye on a spiral staircase, right?
Okay.
They charged me with all kinds of crap, dude. They tried to say that I was stalking her, that harassment, all that crap, right? Because this lady at the time, like, she tried to put a restraining order against me. Well, if you get a restraining order, you can't own guns.
Yeah.
Right? So when we went to court, I fought it. And then the lady's like, well, why, if you don't care, either way, blah, 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 this is in court, and that's why I said that. It's like, because it affects me, like, in my life. I can't own a gun, I can't do this, whatever it is. At the time, well, I beat the restraining order, which was weird, right? Because 9 times out of 10, but, she tried to say I texted her 200 some odd times or a day. Well, it was, the judge even said, like, this is a general conversation, So it gets kicked out. There's no restraining order. But what is weird is, like, 4 days later, I let them know about her beating up her girlfriend, right?
Okay.
But 4 days later, it was like either 4 or 5 days later, I have 2 Teller County boys, like, sneaking up on my house, right?
Okay.
And they bang on the door. Of course, I had a deck out back, and so I had 2 doors to this house, which majority do. But they knock on the front door, like hey, Mike, there's a warrant for your arrest. And I'm like, for what? And they said, breaking a restraining order. And I was like, no. I said, I beat that in court. Right? And they said, well, you're supposed to, come with me. And then I realized, of course, like I said, there was that one dude on the backside. And I was like, well, let me see the warrant. Oh, the warrant's at the station.
Okay.
And I said, well, go get it. Right.
Okay.
Go get the warrant. I don't see how you can come on my property without an actual warrant, saying for my arrest, and I'm supposed to believe you guys,
Hey, give me 1 second. Somebody just showed up in my house. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. So I didn't want to go with them, but they said that if I did, of course they're going to charge me with resisting arrest.
So these officers show up at your door.
Yeah.
With the warrant. They say they have a warrant, but they don't.
Yeah. Yep.
They said you got to go with them.
Yes. Yep.
And so that you go with them.
I go with them, and then I can't remember his name, but he was a nobody then. He was just a normal, deputy. I think he's made himself up in the ranks for, I don't know, see how, because Teller, like, they love to add charges onto your shit. You get arrested for one thing, and then you get to the jail, or then you find out, oh, you got 4 or 5 charges against yourself. So I thought when they picked me up, because if they said that so and so wants to talk to you, and I was like, well, it better be at the jail, because I thought they were going to take me out in the woods or whatever, beat the shit out of me. I didn't know,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't, and like I said, with no warrant, how is that even legal? They can come to my house and say, hey, you're under arrest, or so there's no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First you trespassed it on my property. 2, where's the proof? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I get to the jail, of course, the whole routine or whatever. I'm being charged with all this stuff. And then
Muffin, come here.
My bond was I think 10% would have been $600, right? So, but I can't bond out because it's President's Day weekend.
So now you're stuck in jail.
Well, yeah, no, I got arrested on Labor Day. No, hold on, that was different. Yeah, so I had to wait. So I bonded out finally. So I've been on there for 3-4 days or whatever. I bonded out. Well, then when I asked to go to court, of course they dropped everything, and then I'm just being charged with making a false report. And I'm making a false report. Because at the time, this was what I was told. Like I said, her girlfriend lied about the abuse, and I said no. I said I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But then they said, well, you made a domestic. What was it called? You made a domestic violence call or whatever report, but at the time, the domestic violence wasn't only at the time. At the time, of course, I couldn't afford a lawyer, so I got a public defender up there, saying a guy, I can't remember his name, but El Paso and Colorado are kind of the same,
Yeah.
So I got this lawyer. Well, man, they kept on dragging it on in court. Even my lawyer tried to fight. Okay, we even tried to file and dispute, you have the right for a speedy trial, right? And they even threw that out. They said, "Oh, well, this is the time that you first went to court. This is the time you're arrested." Well, by legally, I can't remember how many months it is, but it was past that time. But for some reason, the judge didn't threw that out because they tried to say, "Well, it was weird. It was like a technical error on their half, on somehow the dates were wrong or something." So anyways, it boils down to, at the time, I had no job. I can't travel and do work because at the time I can't leave the state because I'm facing this bullshit charge.
Yeah.
So I plead guilty to making a false report. All I got was a year probation, and which was unsupervised, right?
Yeah.
So free leave. So I go doing go to work or back doing cell towers, making good money, anywhere from $20 to $30 an hour. Got to travel everywhere. And at the time, me and my wife, we're not having issues or whatever, but in 2015, I filed for divorce.
Okay.
And that was in June of 2015. Well, I decided to try to make amends, but in September, I tried to plead with her, like, look, I'm tired of traveling. I said, just let me come back. I'll stay at the house for like a month. I'll get whatever job I can get. I'll get my own place. She says, fine. So I'm back. I don't know how much, not even a week. But at the time, I thought she was seeing another dude, but I wasn't 100% sure, right?
Okay.
But so it was like a Friday evening. I was back maybe not even a week. I got two jobs. I got a job with White Tree Service. And I got a job with Billy's casino up there. I've been working 7 days a week, bringing home $700 a week, which, a little bit less than what I was used to, but I wouldn't have to travel anymore. And that way I get my place, I'll still see my kids, cause I know there's cheaper apartments there, Victor, I had it all set up, but she disappeared on me. And what was weird when she disappeared, I have my daughter, she's 7 now, but, she was younger and she breastfed her at night, so it kind of helped her sleep, So when my ex-wife disappeared, it kind of made me worried. And when she disappeared, she was gone, almost, I would say,
Muffin, come here.
almost 24 hours before I reported a missing person report, or tried to file a missing person report, right, with Teller County.
Okay.
And when I did that with them, I guess they took it nonchalant, or just oh, well, this is Mike Bailey, of course, I guarantee they ran my shit because,
yeah.
And they're like, oh, this guy's got a false report. So I don't think they really took me seriously. Well, my concern was not that she was gone, and I didn't really care if she was seeing another guy, but my daughter.
Yeah.
Saying, why would she leave her daughter if she's still being breastfed at night?
Yeah.
So, and then I get a hold of her family, which the majority of her family was from Indiana, and her dad got mad at me because at the time, it was 30 hours she'd been gone.
Okay.
And her dad's pissed at me. It's oh, you're just now getting a hold of me? And I was like, Doug, I don't know who to get a hold of. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do. I said, I don't think they're taking me seriously out here. My concern is, okay, we live in the mountains. Maybe she ran off the road. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, and even her brother, okay, so this was on a Friday. So Monday morning is Labor Day. I think which at the time would have been September 7th. Her brother, I was just on the phone with her brother, and he was on his way to fly out there, right?
Okay.
He's like, something's going on, and what's weird is nobody even heard from her family. Her sister, her dad, her brother, they're all trying to get a hold of her. And I guess where this guy was living at, that she was seeing in Florissant, didn't have good, how it is out there.
Didn't have service, yeah. It didn't just have service.
Okay, so I have someone from the police department call me, while I'm on the phone with her brother. I was like, hey, that's them. They're calling me. Let me let you go. Let me see what they have to say. So I'm on the phone with them, and then here comes my ex-wife, and she just pulls up the driveway, nonchalant, and I'm like, I'm on the phone with, I guess you say dispatch, and I was like, hey, they want to make sure you're okay. They want to talk, saying. So I hand her the phone, and my ex-wife, I call her bitch. She's still a bitch. I was like, this bitch, she says, hey, I can't talk to you right now. He's here, and hangs up the phone. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on?
Okay.
You know? So I get mad. I'm upset because for 3 days I'm trying to convince. Because I have 3 older sons too. Right?
Okay.
And they're all over 18 now. But at the time, you know, I'm trying to convince my sons at the time that, you know, their mom is not dead. You know, my youngest daughter, you know, at the time, she's asking every 10 minutes, "Where's mommy?" You know, trying to deal with this mentally for 3 days. What's going on? So yes, I was pissed. Yes, I was upset, and yes, I went off. But I didn't even put my hands on her, and even the boys put, like, you know, when the cops showed up and everything. Because I don't know if someone called the cops. I don't know if she said, "Hey, so and so, you know, if I'm not, you know, I'm gonna go to the house, get my shit, and leave. If I'm not back in 20 minutes, call the cops." Whatever happens.
So the cops show up.
The cops show up. Of course, they question her. They have me set aside. But, you know, so my driveway's kind of like on a hill, so I'm up on the hill, and this one cop, like, dude, he's a smart ass. Like, he's like, I hope you don't plan on running. I hope you don't plan on running. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm barefoot in a tank top and a pair of jeans, and this cop tells me, "I hope you don't plan on running." And I'm like, "Why am I running?" I said, "I've done nothing wrong." You know, I said, "This is my house too." You know.
Yeah.
And so they tried to say, so of course they arrest me.
Okay.
And they said that when I grabbed the diaper bag away from my wife, I left a bruise on her arm. Right? So this is what I go to jail for a bruise on her arm supposedly caused from the diaper bag.
Okay.
Which I did not, because when she did come back, you know, she's like, "Fuck it, I'm leaving. The boys can stay with you. I'm taking Aurora, and I'm leaving." You know,
okay.
And I, you know, that being my daughter, I think I have every right, you know, to make sure that she's safe, and I'm not.
Muffin, come here.
Leave, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that her mom is in her right state of mind. And even on the police reports, with my boys being teenagers, even all 3 of their statements said that I did not put my hands on her. Right?
Yeah.
So I go to county, you know, of course, go to county. I'm facing like 6 charges, dude. You know, saying from, you know, child abuse because we fought and argued in front of the kids, all this crap, right? I am, what do you call it? I am let go by the judge. That's been hard.
Okay. Okay.
And nothing else had the wrong, like, you know, saying, "Oh, this is you." I was like, dude, it had like the wrong weight, the wrong hair color, eyes, everything, dude. And
okay.
They held me. Okay, so I'm PR from Teller County. I am held there for 47 days, dude, before they transferred me to fucking Pueblo.
Okay. And was it? Yeah, no, I remember this. I remember all this when all your stuff came out. So they transferred you to Pueblo, and what happened in Pueblo?
Okay, so I go to Pueblo, and I guess this case is so old that it's still on paper. Even the judge made that comment. He's like, "This is on paper."
Okay.
You know? And he's like, "Well, you know, I can't prove this isn't you, or if this is you, but you qualify for a PR bond, right?"
Okay.
So I bounce on the PR bond. Well, at the time, like, I've already lost everything. I've been in jail, you almost say 2 months.
Yeah.
And I did have family in the Springs, but not family you say you depend on. You know.
Yep.
And if it wasn't for a gentleman that I actually met in jail, then that was my whole concern. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like saying I'm a badass or nothing, but I wasn't really worried about jail.
Yeah.
My concern was like, what am I going to do when I get out of here?
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I went ahead and, the charges that I was facing with her in Teller County, I should have fought, but I thought if I pleaded guilty, because they dropped everything. I was facing like 6 charges. They dropped everything and charged me with harassment, right?
Yeah, some BS charge. Yeah. Where it becomes more, cost effective, easier for you to say, okay, I'll take the harassment, but then to fight it. Yeah.
I thought pleading guilty would get me out of there. At least to Pueblo to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah.
So I get out of Pueblo, and like I said, if it wasn't for a gentleman that I met in jail, you know, I'd probably still be homeless, you know. So I moved in with him. I called Right Tree Service, and luckily they were still hiring, you know.
Yep.
I got that job, and then even later on, like I got hooked up because of, you know, lady, she worked midnights. She's like, hey, I need someone to watch my son while I work. You can stay here rent free, blah blah blah, whatever, right? So everything was panning out and stuff. But
Muffin.
down to what I people understand is like, once Teller County has you, dude, like it's not like to the point where like, you know, they're gonna, you know, I don't know. I think the corruption starts with like, it's been there the whole time. It's been there since like, you could say like how Vegas started with the mob and shit, you know. I think that how Teller is set up is with the cadets coming in and how that was set up to, you know, yeah, we'll take all the new recruits up here, then we can train them and they can go wherever they want to go, you know, yada, yada, yada.
Did you end up suing Teller County?
Yeah, I ended up suing them because I was held there. It was really Teller County and
Pueblo
County, yes, sir. Because I was held, you could say overall, 52 days without seeing a judge.
Okay.
Now I saw that judge in Teller, but that was because that was other case.
Yeah.
You know, saying you can't hold somebody on a or you can't hold somebody from a warrant from a different county for 47 days.
Yeah.
You know?
So what ended up happening in that lawsuit?
In that lawsuit, I won $184,000 after my lawyer fees. I got $134,000. I cleared $134,000.
Well, I mean, did that help you get back on your feet?
Oh yeah. At the time, you know, I mean, I was back working and doing towers and stuff because then I had to be back on probation.
Oh, so you had to go through the probation, but you got a job back and were working. Then you sued them, kind of as the last thing you did.
Yep. And when I got that money, my oldest son was going to Job Corps out there in Copeland, you know, Copeland, Colorado. So I just bought a camper, bought a couple of vehicles, and that way I was like 20 minutes away from him. He had a place to come on the weekends, you know. And, you know, I just chilled for like about a year, and then eventually, you know, went back to work. But during that time that I was before I sued, it's when I sued them, I had to sign, like everybody that was involved in it, like I had to sign for me to be awarded that money that they were, what's the word? Not exempt, but they weren't responsible, more or less. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because you ended up settling.
Yeah, and I was actually suing individuals, not just Teller County or
Pueblo County.
I was suing the actual sheriff at the time, you know?
Yeah.
And a couple named deputies. But they wanted to make sure that if I agreed on this, for one, that they weren't held accountable for it, and two, that I could never sue anything else. And I thought at the time, I was like, well, what could I sue them for? What else could I sue them for? And I know what it was. It was harassment. Because when I was doing that probation area, dude, it got to the point where I would not leave the house unless I actually had to be somewhere, unless I had to go to work.
Yeah.
Or I had to go to my meeting, right?
Yeah, no, I understand. There's a lot of people that are fearful of leaving their house just to go shopping and leisure around town because they know that the sheriffs and the cops here are looking to get them and make payroll.
And what's funny is that once they know what you drive, you're fucked.
Oh yeah.
And I would have them pass me because I lived outside of Divide, so I'd have to go to Woodland Park, of course, for that anger management class, whatever. Dude, I would have them pass on that stretch of highway on 24 between Divide and Woodland Park, and they would turn on their lights once they would pass me, like they were going to turn around several times. Yeah. And they never did. I had them leaving because at one time I was working at the grocery store right there in Divide. I would leave that grocery store, dude. They would be on my ass until I turned to where I was living. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Several times, and they're just waiting for you to make a mistake. You know, brake light out. You didn't turn. You know, you don't have your turn signal off. You're 5 miles over the speed limit, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And there were several times when I would go to Woodland Park for those classes, and they would flip up, and I was like, dude, I'm not doing anything. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it got to the point where, like I said, like, once they find out what you drive, you're screwed. And they found out because of my other vehicle I had, the motor blew up, right? I blew the timing chain went out. So I had to buy a used truck. I was at the Chinese restaurant in Woodland Park, and the same cop that arrested me for that charge was in there. And that same exact day, like I leave the Chinese place, I go to the Goodwill, the old Goodwill. They used to be in that little complex, you know. I come out, she's sitting there. I go to the gas station across the street. She's sitting over there by the drive-in.
Oh,
where the theater is at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, dude, like, what is going on here?
Oh, no, I had one get behind me out of Divide. I was going over to a court into Cripple Creek. And so when I saw her like a mile and a half behind me, you know, down that stretch out of Divide, I actually pulled into my buddy's house, let her pass. And then I was going, and she went and then whipped around real quick on me. She ended up not giving me a ticket, but she wanted to sit there and harass me on the side of the road long enough.
I know. I remember that's the same cop that arrested me.
Oh,
she doesn't live in that area. She lives in Colorado Springs.
I know. She don't even.
And she's one of the corrupt. You know what I'm
saying? Absolutely, hands down, one of the worst. I don't know her name. If I knew her name, I'd call her out right now, but I don't know her name.
Something like that.
Something, yeah. So.
But see, what's funny is like when I moved up to, I didn't move to Colorado to go to jail. I mean, I never really got in any trouble in my life. You know, the last time I got in trouble, I had a DUI in 2002.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. So it's not like I'm just a petty thief or, in and out of the system. You know what I'm saying? I've been a hard-working man my whole life, supporting my family.
Yep.
And that was another concern when I went to jail because, I couldn't support my family, even though, me and my wife weren't getting along at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was my main concern. But even before that, I remember my wife bringing up, there was a website that she brought up, and there was some old issues that happened in that county that people don't realize. And then another guy told me about a lot of the deaths in that jail.
Oh, yeah.
And they're covered up, dude. I tried to have the ACL kind of look into some more of that stuff, and then I guess they found out about that ICE stuff too. And I guess that's why they sued him about the ICE.
Yeah, they sued him about ICE, and he's going through a bunch of lawsuits now, again, out of like Beverly Hills for his private security force, the new sheriff. So
and what's weird is the old sheriff was kind of the same way because did you know? Okay, the old sheriff.
Yeah, he took off. Mike Emzinger, he took off before they came after him.
Yeah.
He just took off and ran.
Yeah, it was weird because he started dating a woman. I can't remember that bank in Woodland Park, but it's like it's across from Safeway.
Oh, like Int?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was dating a loan officer out of there, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of the undersheriffs used to date the same woman. So Mike has this guy arrested for not paying his truck payment.
Yep. No, I know. And they ran that dude. They ran him out of there. They're gonna end up running this other guy out if he don't resign. People are not happy at all with him. And there's and the corruptness just goes deeper. It's all about power and money and this, that, and the other, but it just runs deeper. I've heard half a dozen stories like yours. The only difference is with yours is I knew that you ended up suing them and at least getting something from them, for that false imprisonment stuff.
Yeah.
And so, hey,
people, what needs to happen, and I know you have said it on your website, on Facebook and other stuff, saying that they need to be actually investigated.
Yep. And that's what's happening now. I know with at least this security firm thing, there's some internal affairs investigations. I don't know, I never know how much those internal affair guys are going to look into. But no, I think they need to open themselves up to an independent investigation needs to happen with inside the sheriff's department on a lot of issues. But they back each other, they try to cover each other. And now, like with this whole end of the world virus, people are going to be like, no, the sheriff's department needs more reach. They need more reach, and so it's just going to be I talked to someone the other day and they were like, well, there's no way to win that battle against the corrupt badges. and other than suing them, right, taking their money, and that doesn't really stop it. It just prolongs it.
Did you know that every jail, or you say every county, has their own insurance?
Yeah.
For places like for that, and I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got insurance that's paying you, so it's not like it's really hitting them because they've been paying their insurance. So it's not. It is one of those things where the guys with badges and guns are going to win in the end. When they come and try to take your guns, or they come and try to take your whatever, they tell you have to stay in your house. It is kind of a never-ending battle, and it's a battle you can't win as an individual. But that don't mean we just let them get away with it. That don't mean we just don't stop talking about it. It don't mean we don't try to run for office and get them run out of here. So
No. Well, and then it boils down to like that being, you could say, a so-called training ground for new recruits, and that's what they do. They do tactics to try to say, how they get behind people and they put their brights on.
Oh yeah.
You can't see out of your mirrors, but then they pull you over for swerving.
Oh yeah, they do a lot. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff that's just shady. Like, I mean, that woman who pulled me over, literally, it was an illegal stop, but she don't want to write a warning. She don't want to write anything on paperwork but then she realized she's on video and she's all trying to be all super nice. It was just, it's one of those things that, like, video has saved a lot of people's lives, because half the time that these officers would have done something, they realized they were on video and it would have gotten out. And with me, that's their whole, they don't want to be on video with me because of the eyeballs that are watching. But now we're slowly creeping in. We'll see what happens this election, man. They may elect me a city council member here in Woodland Park, and it'll, all of a sudden they can't just turn away a city council member. They can't just push me to the side. So we'll see what happens. They also might try to come after me before the election. So who knows?
Yeah, and about. I can't remember the cop's name. I had his name on before, but he was notorious at Woodland Park for. It was weird because he got fired from Woodland Park, but yet Teller County hired him.
Oh, and they do that. See, what happens is as long as they keep their certification, right? And so as soon as they'll get fired or laid off or resigned, as long as they keep their certification, they'll jump, right? And they'll jump over to the next department. I actually ran into someone the other day. There's an officer that's in Woodland Park that actually pulled me over as a Cripple Creek cop. Now, he was super nice and he was just doing his job. They almost used him like a pawn, right? Because they knew he was going to be super nice. He's a really nice guy. He's a Woodland Park cop now. But I tease him because, I was like, oh, did you have to pull me over before they would hire you over here, and he's a nice guy or whatever. But it was one of those things, like, just a few days after he pulled me over in Cripple Creek, he's working in Woodland Park. And I'm like, what the hell? Is it part of the initiation? No, man,
there should be a huge difference between them actually, you could say, even serving protect or even doing their job, from the difference between actually harassing them and then trying to find a crime or something you committed.
Oh yeah, they do, but that's what they do. These guys, I mean, I got Woodland Park cops on tape telling people they're going to arrest me. Oh, we're going to get him. We're going to get him, And so, like, I got it. I know. And my crap's still going on. Like, I'm still dealing with stuff that's over a year old. I'm coming up on speedy trial. And so they're all worried now because I want to go to trial. And now I'm coming up on speedy trial. Now the virus might cancel my court and then I'm done. So who knows? Who knows now?
I loved living up there, but to me, it wasn't worth mentally, and it was mentally exhausting, dude, just to not only plan my day out or week or whatever, but just dealing with them.
Yeah, it's the consequences that people don't see. They're like, oh, well, they went to court. Dude, this has stressed my family out for over a year now. My kids, I have to talk to my kids about it, and it's all because of some corrupt police officers that are just vindictive or want to try something. And so, no, there is a mental cost. there is a financial cost. It can sometimes cost, that's the one thing they can't do is touch my work. And so like they've tried though. They try. And so by taking your license or doing this or that, it is a situation in which I don't know if we can win, but I sure can keep trying to get the players out of here that I know are the most corrupt, and then we move down that road.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think that's past the point. See, even like my oldest son, he's 21 now, and he even said after that incident with his mom, he's like, "Dad, why did you go to jail that day?" He's like, "You absolutely did nothing wrong."
No, yeah, and that's, I mean, and your kids were older. Mine are young, man. Yeah. And when these guys tried to take me, when they took me to jail, I don't want my kids to be sheltered from it because I want them to see it. I'm not trying to lie to my young ones and I got a 5-year-old, and if they're taking me to jail and here I am trying to just support and love my family, they're ruining families and they don't even know what they're doing. They don't acknowledge what they're doing. The cops with the badges, they can just write the ticket, take you to jails, make you sit in jail for however long. And then you get to court and the judge is like, what the hell? Dismiss all this. There's still this ongoing, they're just trying to do it. And it's becoming more and more like, I don't even worry anymore because people who are like, oh, Michael, you're just this or you're just that. I'm like, hey, it's going to touch your life. Watch. Just wait for it. It'll come around and touch your life or it'll touch your kids' lives. And then they understand. So
wait till they actually do the wrong person. And what you find out, like if they do touch the wrong person, then it's totally dismissed. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you won't even hear about it in the paper anymore.
Well, that's what's going to happen with my stuff. Like these officers, they try to come after me for a DUI, and I had one beer in 7 hours or something, and they watched it on Facebook, and so like it's going to be one of those things where they're not even going to, if they do go to trial with me, good, they're going to get exposed, and if they don't come to trial with me, they're going to get exposed, and so either way for me, it's going to get exposed. I feel for the people that don't have a voice, man. I feel for the people like, they go to jail and then it all gets dismissed. That little old lady that I had on the other day, she told me her story. Every one of her charges got dismissed the next day, but it still cost her lawyer fees. It still cost her stress, and, so it just sucks. It sucks for people that law enforcement just goes after them and for it's not protect and serve. It's, now they're not even answering calls. Actually, they just put an announcement out that Teller County is not going to be answering calls to homes to protect their officers from the virus. So now they don't even have to, they're not even going to answer your, people who want them to come out for legitimate reasons. So, and people don't think Woodland Park is affected by Teller County Sheriff's offices. They just don't understand, so.
Like the chief, I remember you had a thing on your Facebook about the chief of police in Woodland Park. His name, or when he was actually Teller County deputy before, his MO was like he liked to put his hands on like women.
I know.
What I'm saying?
I know.
And he would pull off a woman. If a woman got smart, he would yank him out by their hair. Dude.
Yep. No, I know.
So how does someone like that get promoted? Not only he left the job in Teller County, but how does he get a chief of police job in a city? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I don't understand is like, do you have numerous complaints against you, but Woodland Park's like, oh, it's okay, we'll hire you. Matter of fact, you're chief of police. Like,
no, I understand. Hey, man, well, thanks for letting me hear your story, and it's out there now, so it'll be out. So I'll talk to you later, man.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you. So if you're just joining, this was just a random call. In a sense, a guy's been contacting me. Just so you guys know, he sued Teller County. He was awarded, a settlement. He has since moved out of the state. He tried to get as far away. I can understand why, being harassed and he made his own bad decisions. He didn't try to paint it in any way, shape, or form. But his life was ruined over nothing, over really nothing. And it cost him his job, his family, It's his choices on some of the decisions he made, but this is happening to people all over Teller County. It's happened to people all over Woodland Park. I could have people on every day and tell stories about what Teller County or Woodland Park police have done to harass them. I could tell my own stories every day if I wanted to. Um, it's just something that people need to be made aware of, and people need to understand that city council members and the mayor and they can make a difference in these situations. Though the Woodland Park Police Chief answers to city council, and it can make a difference. And although I think there is some things we can do to bring better officers here, and I think there are things we can do to bring better trained officers here instead of just taking guys directly out of the academy. Um, there are others that are running for city council that think everything is just hunky-dory. And so I'm just letting people have a voice. I have, again, my own opinions. There are some great officers in this town, and there are some not so great officers in this town. And they should have to answer for their not so greatness and not be able to hide behind the silence of the good officers. So thanks for watching Woodland Park Underground. I know it's been a little different show. We just try to give the people a voice. Sometimes I agree with them. Sometimes I don't. This one has an ending. Like, this is a case you can look up. This dude sued and won because the officers were wrong. And so, what have you, it is what it is. We'll talk to you guys later. Vote Michael the Underground Dalton for council.